So I was going to make 2 separate videos for this, but I thought, one video will probably do the trick. Stone Cold Steve Austin, so man I'm repping here, and Vince McMahon reportedly, rumored, planned to both be wrestling at WrestleMania 38. Really? What? Like, seriously? Like the Steve Austin one, we'll talk Austin first. Stone Cold Steve Austin retired in 2003 off the back of neck complications, and Austin stayed retired since then. Stone Cold hasn't wrestled one match since 2003, even though at times, there have been plenty of times on the table to where Steve Austin could come back, the money would be there, the big blockbuster match would be there. The main one with that being Austin versus Cena. That could have well happened at Mania, maybe 25, 26, 27, anything like that. Austin versus Cena. The Austin Punk stuff was there for 2013 and 2014, WrestleMania 29, WrestleMania 30, Austin and Punk. That was on the table. You could have done Austin versus Orton even, something like that, even like an Austin versus Lesnar. That could have happened as well. Austin versus Taker at WrestleMania. All these potential kind of fantasy matches involving Steve Austin have been on the table over the course of the past 19 years. And now you get this year. So randomly, about a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, I'm scrolling wrestling Twitter, I'm looking at general wrestling news, seeing what's kind of going on, getting right across everything because I'm a topical content creator about modern WWE and I have to know all bases, and I'm getting across what's happening. And I see the big overwhelming reports and from all these different journalists that Stone Cold Steve Austin is reported to be wrestling Kevin Owens at WrestleMania 38. And I said, okay, Stone Cold's 58. So why? What's the point? Because that's always the big thing with wrestling and a lot of things generally. What's the why? Why is this happening? Why are you doing this? Why? What's the purpose? Why? Like, that's how I approach a lot of different situations, like the why, to try and explain something. With this, WrestleMania's in Texas. Well, it's in the heart of Texas. They're in the AT&T Stadium. So, in that sense, sure, it's in Austin's backyard, essentially. So, I guess, he's a Houston or Texas native. But just generally speaking, there's that. And then what? like why else would he need to come out of retirement at 58? I get the money's probably really good, but you're telling me the money wasn't as good, if not better, 5, 10, 15 years ago to come out of retirement and have a match with Cena or Batista or Orton or Punk or like any of those guys, or Lesnar. And so now it's this, Austin versus Owens? Like, really? It's just, I don't, I'm grateful if that happens, that I'll be able to say I saw and watched Stone Cold wrestle live, in that sense, because I've never seen Austin wrestle live. I started watching in 2011, obviously Austin was 8 years retired by then, so in that regard, if Austin does wrestle, it's genuinely cool he's wrestling, but why? What's the need? For a match with Kevin Owens? Like, Kevin Owens should be wrestling Seth Rollins. Like, if they're basing off like what the storyline is on the show, that makes sense. Then instead there's like a heap of rumors of Austin and Owens. Like, the match wouldn't be bad. Like, it'd probably be a decent to good match, but like, just why? Like, what? So there's that. And then you've got the other match, which this one is even more outrageous. This one, Austin wrestling at 58 is one thing. Like, we've seen Sting, so Steve Borden wrestling at 62. We've seen Goldberg wrestling at 54. We've seen a bunch of these guys wrestling in their like 50s. Like Undertaker wrestle dudes like 55, stuff like that. We've seen guys wrestling around the same age as Austin would be if he competes. But then there's the Vince McMahon stuff, which this is ridiculous. Vince McMahon is 76 years of age. And he's going on the Pat McAfee show on Thursday. And with it came these reports and rumors from Wrestling Dirt Sheets and Wrestling News. Vince McMahon to compete at WrestleMania. Vince McMahon to put on the boots one more time and wrestle. What? When I read that, Do you want to know my first honest reaction? Okay, I had a discussion with Bonafide Heat about this, and this couldn't be any more correct. What's probably happened here is Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard or some other WWE brass are joking about this in the writer's room. They're walking through the hallway, joking. Bruce Pritchard's like, "Oh, Vince, having a match, Vince." Like, Bruce Pritchard's clowning. "Vince, I love you." Like, Bruce is doing Bruce stuff, saying, "Vince, imagine having a match," and Vince is going, "Oh, damn it, pal. I'd be great having a match at WrestleMania. Oh, yeah. Oh, imagine Vinnie Mac back in the ring. Oh, yeah." And then from there, some 34-year-old intern whose only job in WWE at Stamford, Connecticut is grabbing coffees and rushing them to people of power. That person's gone, "Oh my God, Vince McMahon's gonna wrestle. Vince McMahon's gonna wrestle. Let me tell Dave Meltzer. Let me tell Sean Ross Sapp." And then they've reported it, and it's become this big story. Vince McMahon is a senile. He's 76. He's 76, bro. And there are reports all over the dirt sheets. Yes, discussions are being had in WWE. Vince McMahon is going to wrestle. How dumb do you think Vince McMahon is? Like, what do you take Vince McMahon for? I get he's a bit loopy, and we've seen that from WWE's creative product in the past 5 to 10 years, especially. But I mean, come on. Like, the whole bit is that Vince is appearing on TV nowadays, either involving the Sonya Deville stuff or involving Austin Theory. Vince McMahon is getting a little bit more on-screen time than he has in the past couple of years, and as I said, most of that is to put over Austin Theory, because Vince genuinely sees Austin Theory as like a big star of the future. So I guess they're going to have Vince McMahon wrestling in a match. Look, what I see them doing, is probably some angle where Vince McMahon is praising Austin Theory for a bit, saying Austin Theory is the next big thing. Well, not that wording exactly, but Austin Theory's the next breakout star of the company. He's the next guy, that kind of thing. Pat McAfee can say, "I don't see it in Austin Theory. I don't kind of get it. Like, I love you, Vince. I think you're great, but I don't see it in Austin Theory." Then Vince McMahon can, like, get at Pat McAfee. "Austin Theory's going to beat your ass, pal. He's going to beat your ass. Oh, yeah." Like do some angles so you can have Austin Theory versus Pat McAfee. Maybe? I think that'd be cool. You know, Austin Theory on the Pat McAfee show. That'd do good numbers, I feel like. So I think they're going to do something like that. Vince is just going to be in the corner of Austin Theory. Damn it, beat him up. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Like, I think they're going to do something like that. That's what makes sense. Vince McMahon at 76 years of age, everything considered, wrestling a match. What? Like, who leaked this to the dirt sheets? And I think what's happening here, Vince McMahon, Bruce Pritchard purposely had that conversation. They knew someone was listening who'd leak it to the dirt sheets. They used one of these dirt sheet writers as a puppet. Now all the dirt sheets are freaking out like gullible clowns. "Oh my God, Vince gonna wrestle at 76. Anyway, that's been the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and drill. See ya.